hiding your brother and sister? What are you talking about? Where? Hey, Saucey fam! Hey, what's going on? Not talking to inanimate objects. That's what I'm not doing. So, hope you guys are having a great day. Get some more top 10s for you. That's all there is to it. Alright? Don't stop looking at me like that. Apparently, there's some places underwater that the government doesn't want us to know about. All my fellow conspiracy theorists, this one should be good. This one should be good. Give us fuel for our next 10 conversations that we don't know what to talk about. And life will be grand. Life will be grand. Hope you guys are having a great day. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the best family on the YouTube. The Saucey fam.
80% of the ocean is still unexplored. Who knows what mysteries lie beneath the water? And who knows if all the discoveries are even being disclosed to the public? From underwater UFOs to secret military bases and giant sea creatures. Let's talk about this and more only in today's video. Starting off this countdown, we have David Fravor. David Fravor is a US Navy commander who spoke about some pretty terrifying things that he encountered underwater while working for the Navy. So according to him, twice while recovering spent practice munitions out of the water, he spotted a weird underwater object. The first time, he saw a dark mass underwater. He described it as being a big mass that was kind of circular. He said he was certain that it wasn't a submarine. For the second sighting, he was retrieving a practice torpedo when this same weird thing sucked it down into the depths of the ocean. The torpedo was never seen again. So what was this big mass that he was seeing? In our 9th spot, we have the Naval report. After hearing David's interview, a 79-year-old woman contacted him. She said that her father was a naval officer, and when she was a child, her father showed her a telegram that stated that unidentified objects had been sighted going in and out of the water at one of their locations. The woman's father told her, and I quote, "We get these all the time, and it's always in the same area. But obviously, the Navy isn't going to release this information to the public." In our 8th spot today, we have the Sycamore knoll. This is a weird underwater structure located close to Malibu. No one knows what it is, but it looks like a weird stadium-shaped structure.
I've actually seen cell phone footage from a lobster boat. You guys are gonna think I'm a wacko, and I am, but you know, that's okay. You can think it as well, not a problem. I've seen cell phone footage from a lobsterman standing on his boat because there was like a bunch of like Coast Guard boats all around him for some reason, and they're usually, you know, they're 80-ish miles offshore any given time of day. So they never see the Coast Guard unless somebody's like in trouble or a boat's going down or something. And all of a sudden, they saw this thing flying in the sky, and it just went boo, like straight into the water. A big splash or whatever else, and it was just gone. Totally gone. And then the boats kind of disappeared too. Very weird. I don't know if, you know, I'm gonna tell myself it was 100% fake, because sleeping is just much easier if that's the case. You know, plain and simple.
And it's located about 2,000 feet underwater. It's also massive. It's about 2.5 to 3 miles wide. It also has what appears to be pillars or columns supporting it up. And under there, it looks like an entrance. One theory is that it's an underwater alien base. Crazy, I know. But a number of UFO sightings have been reported for years in that area. Some even claim to see UFOs landing in the waters in that exact area, and this was before the underwater structure was even discovered. Freaky, isn't it? What do you think it is though? Let me know in the comments below. In our 7th spot today, we have the unidentified object. Now, in case you were unaware, there's this whole theory that aliens live in underwater bases, and that's why a number of UFO sightings are by lakes, or people have seen these saucers rise up or into the lakes. Well, in 1970, biologist Ivan Sanderson published a book titled The Invisible Residence. In this book, he talked all about UFOs UFOs or USOs, unidentified submerged objects, aka UFOs that have been spotted going into the water or rising up out of it. According to this book, on April 19th, 1957, a crew member on board a Japanese fishing boat witnessed something very strange. He saw two metallic silvery objects descend from the sky and dive right down into the sea. He described them as being 10 meters long with no wings or anything. When the craft hit the water, it caused great waves and rocked their boat tremendously. So maybe the whole UFO, USO theory is true and they're living underwater. Who knows? In our sixth spot today, we have the gold. Did you know that $771 trillion worth of gold lies hidden in the ocean? Yes, you heard me. Wouldn't it be nice to just be swimming along and bump into some gold and become—
Seven? What? Seven? Huh? Who? What? What are you guys doing later today? You want to, Oh, wait. Right. Creatures of death and evilness and all things bad in the world. Never mind. You can keep your trillions of dollars. I'm good. I'll go bring back returnables that I find on the side of the road or something. Thanks.
Become a millionaire? Unfortunately, it's not that easy. Ocean waters around the world contain about 20 million tons of gold in them. Each liter of water would contain approximately 13 billionths of a gram of gold. So you need to collect and filter an awful lot before becoming rich. And currently, there's no cost-effective method to remove the gold from seawater and be profitable. Now, people have tried. None have been successful. One case that I want to talk about has to do with a man named Ford Jerrigan. He came up with a plan for a gold accumulator. The plan was to extract gold from the Long Island Sound using a process involving mercury and electricity treatments. In fact, people thought that it was great, and before he knew it, he had investors, and he raised about $1 million for this project. But in the end, he scammed them all and fled with the money. We are now at our fifth and halfway mark with the giant sea monster. Now, if you watched my video on Google Earth, then you already have seen me talk about this. If you haven't, then, well, Google Earth basically caught a giant sea beast on their satellite camera. It was spotted off the coast of Antarctica's Deception Island. And no one, even scientists, don't know what it is. It could just be a whale, but it's still unconfirmed. Theories range from it being an underwater UFO, to a kraken, or another sea beast that we have yet to discover. To be honest, to me, it looks like a massive squid, but what do you think it is? Let me know in the comments below. In our fourth spot, we have the UFO video. More UFOs.
What's that? What is that? I don't think that's a whale. I don't think that's a whale. It could be. It could be. But I don't think it is. Yeah.
A kraken, or another sea beast that we have yet to discover. To be honest, to me, it looks like a massive squid, but what do you think it is? Let me know in the comments below. In our fourth spot, we have the UFO video. More UFOs. Now, this was a leaked video showing what appears to be a UFO diving into the ocean. The video was filmed in 2019 off the coast of San Diego. Eventually, people were demanding answers, so the Pentagon eventually came forward saying that the video was authentic and that
I was literally just going to pause it and say this. For anybody that thinks that's fake, it's actually already been confirmed to be real by the Pentagon themselves.
they don't know what the object is in the video. In the video, the object flies across the screen before stopping and slowly lowering itself into the water. Apparently, this was recorded by official Navy personnel. What do you think that could be? The Pentagon has no explanation for it yet. In our third spot today, we have the plastic. The amount of plastic—
Yeah, in case you missed that whole thing, during COVID's heights, the Pentagon came out with this big packet of information. I was from Boston there for a second. Information. basically acknowledging that they have had several encounters with UFOs, and they have no idea where they come from, where they're going, what they are, who they might contain. They don't know. So, yeah, that's a thing now. The government said, yes, people, you're right. There are things we don't know, including UFOs, and we have no idea what they are. So, here's a video of one of our soldiers recording a UFO flying around, diving into the ocean, disappearing, and we have nothing else for you. So, good night, sleep well.
Currently in our oceans is disgusting. Currently, 5.25 trillion macro and micro pieces of plastic are in our ocean. There's 46,000 pieces in every square mile of the ocean. Every day, around 8 million pieces of plastic make their way into our oceans. And guess what? Fish are eating them, and then we're eating these fish. So slowly, these microplastics are ending up in our bodies. But not just from fish. From bottled water, beer, honey, sea salt, and tea bags have all been exposed as microplastic carriers. We're killing marine life and ourselves, slowly but surely, and the governments are hardly addressing this issue. In our second spot, we have the nuclear waste. Bet you didn't know this, but our oceans are radioactive. Since 1952, low levels of radioactive waste have been discharged into the Irish Sea, the English Channel, and the Arctic Ocean. This radiation can enter the food chain through plankton, and then the fish eat the plankton, and then we eat the fish. In fact, radioactive cesium and plutonium have already been found in seals and porpoises. And it's getting worse. As the nuclear energy industry grows, more and more radioactive waste will be disposed of and find its way into our ground and water supply. Again, another scary thing the government doesn't address. And in our number one spot today, we have the secret underwater bases. Allegedly, the government has a number of secret underwater bases. They're just hidden from the public, so we don't know about them. We do know of one base though, and that's the Naval Testing Facility in Lake Bayview, Idaho. The lake that it's located in is 1,200 feet deep, and it is pretty remote, so it's deep and secluded enough to run these tests. If they have one there, who's to say they don't have more and in the ocean? Only time will tell. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below, are you more afraid of space or the ocean? I don't know, both are pretty terrifying, but let me know. And speaking of comments, let's move on to our comment shout out portion.
I think, and I try to think as little as possible. You guys, you probably know that by now, just by what comes out of my face. Oh, man. I still say, even after these last two videos, that space is scarier. Just because the possibilities, like, I can choose to stay the hell away from the ocean. And I live right next to it, basically. My mom lives on it. Her house is on the ocean. I still say space is scarier because we don't know what's coming. That could be life forms, that could be meteors, that could be like anything. We don't know. We really haven't been here that long in the grand scheme of things. We have no idea. And if you think you do, or if you think anybody does, I'm sorry, but we don't. We have no clue. So yeah, I can choose to stay away from the ocean if I want to. I can't choose to be like, hey, no meteors, showers hitting me in the face today. Okay? Thank you. Yeah, doesn't work like that. And then there's just something about the infinity of nothing. It's so weird, man. When you really think about it, it is so weird. It's like those old video games when you could leave the map and just go, and there's just nothing. It's black. It's so black, like you can't see anything. It's just black. That's scary to me. Just an empty void of nothing at all. I'm sure there's a lot of that in the ocean too. I don't know. And then the creatures in the ocean. I mean, it's close. Don't get me wrong. It is close. But I still say space. What do you guys think? Space or ocean? What gives you the willies more? It could also be a tie. It's pretty close to a tie for me because of that last video and the demented creatures from Stephen King's imagination that live down there. A shark with a propelling jaw? Like, no. Absolutely not. Thank you. Come again. Anyways, guys, you have a great rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out with me. Like I said, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, man. Join the familia. The best familia on the YouTube. The Saucey fam. That one. I'm holding it. Yeah. That one. The Saucey fam. That was pretty smooth. You didn't even know. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe out there in this crazy world, guys. Peace out, Saucey fam.